Hi, I am going to be talking today about how to invite somebody and what that means in your coaching business. So, there's a bunch of different things that you can be inviting to, but this is definitely something you want to get into the consistent habit of doing every single day. This is what I consider an IPA or an income producing activity. But more than that, this is one of the four vital behaviors that Beachbody has instilled in our business, as far as if you're on path to, wanting to become a successful coach. So the biggest things about inviting, and I'm kind of going to dive a little bit more into a flow of a conversation. Now, like I've mentioned with you guys many times before, and if you're a new coach, then hey, the first thing is there's a big mental side that goes into inviting. Now, with that being said, there's not so much emotional, okay? So just my top tips as far as going into an invite, and I'll sort of explain what that is and how we do that. But the biggest thing is you don't want to be attached to the outcome of your invite. Okay, the whole idea here is that you decided to become a coach because you wanted to pay this forward. You've had a wonderful, awesome experience in one of our virtual gyms or accountability groups, or you just chatted with one of us and you decided that this is something that you want to run with. You want to create a life of freedom, whether that's financial, travel, whatnot. And so you see the value of sharing this opportunity and paying it forward to those who are interested in our fitness programs and the coaching opportunity. So you can't be attached to the outcome of these situations, because one of my favorite quotes, and you'll hear this from a top coach named Chelsea Pearson, is some will, some won't, so what? Someone is waiting. And if we hold on to those that are fickle and not 100% sure yet what they want to do, or we're so attached and put all of our time and energy into one conversation, that's the quickest way to burn yourself out and to really lose the passion behind why you're doing this. Okay, so with that being said, you will receive a lot more no's than you're going to receive yeses. And that is just a part of this business. But the best thing that you can do for yourself is to continue to show up day after day after day. Because, guys, the whole idea behind inviting and it being successful is these people just want to trust you. And the easiest way to trust you is for you to be sharing your journey consistently. Whether that is every single Monday sharing what your goals are for the week, and then Friday sharing what you did to achieve them and a before and after photo. Or it's your weekly meal plan, or it's that you've decided to start going to church on Sundays, or to not drink alcohol during the month, whatever it might be. Just sharing that journey with people so that they trust you. So when they see you crushing their goals, they're way more likely to want to be a part of what you're doing, knowing that you're going to give that same dedication and focus to helping them achieve theirs. Okay, so one thing I do want to say is just be excited. That's definitely a huge factor in your invites as well as in your public invites. So there's a couple different ways to invite, and I will share those then. And the biggest thing, guys, is you just want to be excited, okay? Because if you're just like, oh yeah, this group's starting and it's going to be cool, so like if you want to join it, you have to be so pumped up, right? Because your vibe attracts your tribe. And if you're like, this is going to be effing amazing, I'm so freaking pumped for this, we're going to be doing Nike giveaways, we're going to be having bomb ass meal plans, like whatever. If you want to have a theme, shout that stuff out, okay? Because the more excited you are, the more people are going to want to be a part of it, right? Create that sort of excitement around your own event. All right, so the next two things kind of tie in together, but you want to have a set date to create that urgency. Okay, so my next group starts October 23rd. So I've already started talking about it, and today's the 8th. All right, I know that my niche market takes about 2 weeks to get their finances in order. So that gives them plenty of time to order and have a whole prep week before we officially start on the 30th. Okay, so because of that, I am saying this in my Instagram stories, my Instagram posts, as well as my call to actions on Facebook. All right, I'm even just chatting with my in real life friends, saying things like, hey girl, I have this group starting the 23rd. I know you've been thinking, about joining one of my groups, so maybe this would be a perfect time for you to really check it out, whatever it might be. Now, by setting that date, you also want to be consistent, okay? So it's not just saying it once. So if I'm shouting out the 23rd on the 8th, I need to be doing that pretty frequently leading up to the 23rd so that they don't have, how many 15 days in between then, not really knowing what I'm doing and what they can be a part of. All right. Now, the last two things are, guys, just be you. Very important that you're just being you when you invite, whether that's a public post that's in your story, so kind of like your Snapchat, so your day-to-day life, or that's just in your private messages. The more that you are you, the more consistent you are, more people are going to trust you. So if they see you, they see how you're posting, and then they have that one-on-one conversation with you, and they see that your language is similar, and they see that your excitement level is similar, that is how you build that friendship and that trust, and that is why they're going to join you. Okay, so that is just basically my tips and tricks behind the mental and emotional side to an invite. So what's the why behind inviting? Okay, so this is why you want to be running a challenge group. This is the number one thing, is you want to have a reason why you're running a group and why you're inviting them to join you. Okay, it can't just be to lose weight. Guys, it's so cliche, it's so overdone. It has to be something deeper than that. So something that Caitlin Taylor and I have been doing a lot recently is putting a focus on happiness or ambition or getting your shit together kind of deal, like time management, things like that. So having another reason behind why you're tying all of this together, because any coach out there can offer a health and fitness program. But what we're doing is taking it that extra level and saying that we also want to talk about to-do lists and morning routines and self-care routines and taking care of your mental health. That is what sets us apart and why people want to be a part of our team versus going with somebody else. Because remember, at the end of the day, it's all the same workout, it's all the same Shakeology, the same pre-workout, whatever. We are what make everything different and unique. Okay, so the why is you want to have a reason behind running your group. You know, right now, are you working towards something very monumental? Are you working toward a wedding? Are you working toward your best friend's, I don't know, next big event, whatever it might be? Is there a reason why you're running this group? And maybe it is just to, drop weight. Maybe it is just to lose some weight right now, or it's to, tackle meal planning before the holidays come around, or to save some money for a travel fund. So you want to be more on top of where your money's going and not just eating out because you don't know necessarily maybe how to plan ahead for the week, grocery shop, etc. Right? So have and share that reason why, because there's so many people out there that are going to relate to that and say, you know what, I've been saying to my husband or my boyfriend or my roommate that if we were to actually create a budget and a meal plan and a weekly grocery list, we could probably be saving a ton of money by not doing this, that, or whatever. Okay? So having that reason why gives people an even more sort of just push to kind of join you. All right, and then how do you invite about this? My top 3 ways to inviting. Posting publicly, whether that's on social media, so Facebook and Instagram are going to be your top go-tos. You are doing this in Instagram stories. Okay, so you're chatting, you're basically just like you would Snapchat, showing behind the scenes, look at your accountability group, maybe behind the scenes at your meal plan or your meal prep, or behind the scenes of your workout calendar of the program you're doing, or whatever it may be. So sharing it in stories publicly on your page through just a post, and then through private messenger, so that you're actually reaching out to people one-on-one and saying, hey girl, I'm running this group this month and I'm looking for 5 badass babes to do this with me, and I thought of you. If you're not doing anything this month, do you want to try this badass workout program with me? Jump on board with my superfoods and see if you could win a pair of Nikes. Just keeping it super simple like that. So that's how you invite. Now, what are you inviting to? Well, that really depends on what you're doing that month. So personally for me, my goal every single month is to run 2 groups. Other than that, I have a free ongoing group, and this is something that I just casually will invite to. I don't have a main focus of inviting to this, but over time I've run morning miracle groups because I'm the morning girl. I've also run like how to time manage groups, booty building groups. Some people run clean eating groups or crockpot groups or knitting groups or how to save money groups or a travel fund group, whatever it could be. Think about what do you love to do in your free time and what makes you outside of health and fitness. That is what you would run a free group for. So that's something that you could invite to every single month. Now, this isn't something that I would lead off with all of the time. The thing about free groups is it's a great way for new coaches who feel a little uncomfortable, maybe inviting to a paid group, which I'll explain what that is, to build a relationship with your tribe. Relate to them over something as niche as This Is Us fan club group. I don't know, something along those lines, right? And you can build that relationship with them. And then over time, they're going to start to trust you and they'll start to notice your posts more. And either they will naturally bring it up or in time, you will just ask them, hey girlfriend, it's been awesome getting to know you over this group. I actually, like the whole reason behind why I even opened this group is I gained this confidence through being a health and fitness coach. And every single month I run these exclusive fitness challenges and I'm looking for an accountability buddy. And I think that you and I get along really well and that it'd be really fun to take this adventure on together. And then that's how you would lead into that. Okay, now every month your main goal as a coach is to invite to a challenge group. This is what I was referring to as a paid group. Okay, so people are ordering through your Beachbody website a workout program plus Shakeology. So right now the main one that all of us are chatting about is the All Access Pass. This is more than likely what you signed up with as a coach, okay, or what you signed up with as a customer and then signed up later on to become a coach. The All Access Pass gives our customers access to every Beachbody program ever created for 365 days. It is on sale currently for $160, normally $199. That also includes their first 30 days of Shakeology, a set of those portion control containers so they can help their customers with meal planning, a shaker cup, access to Beachbody on demand, meal planning, and obviously an invite to our private accountability groups. All right, so that is your main goal, what you're inviting people to, because ultimately you're here to run a business, okay? So you need to be creating an income, and the whole idea behind this is we want them to fall in love with our fitness programs. We want them to fall in love with Shakeology so that at the end of that 30 days of that challenge, one of two things either happens. They sign up as a coach because they fell in love with Shakeology and they want to continue to receive it at a 25% discount, aka signing up as a discount coach, or they see the potential of this being a side hustle or a career exit strategy where they can eventually replace their full-time income, whether it's because they don't like what they're doing or eventually they want to be a stay-at-home mom or have more time to travel or whatever it may be. Focus their time and energy on their passions in life rather than just a job. And that is ultimately your goal. So it all starts with you sharing your excitement, sharing your journey publicly, and then inviting them to be a part of that through your posts and through private messenger. The last group that I run every single month is called #BossFreeLife. It is a coach sneak peek. This runs 3 days every single month, typically the first full week of the month. This month, it's actually running the second Monday, so the 9th of October. And this is basically where I asked my top girls from the previous month, whoever hit Success Club, to host this group with me. And basically, each day we're going to share a video talking about how we earn money as a coach. What do we do as a coach? What can coaching do for you? What makes a successful coach, common misconceptions, so what a coach is versus what a coach is not, and then what the next steps are. So this is something you would invite anyone to who you think would be an amazing addition to our tribe. This could be somebody who you previously talked to about a challenge group, but they weren't quite sure if they wanted to switch up their routine. Maybe they're a fitness professional, so they kind of have their own thing going on. And then that's when you kind of changed gears and said, well, girlfriend, since you're already kicking ass in the gym, why don't you consider coaching? This doesn't have to be a full-time career, but this could simply be a side hustle where you're sharing that passion. You're getting to put more focused effort into it every single day and ultimately having like an impact on other people's lives. And it doesn't hurt to have some extra spending money, right? So those are the 3 things that you can invite to every single month. I encourage you, if a free group sounds more up your alley, to kind of ease into things that way by building a relationship through something that you connect over. Totally go ahead. Please be a go-getter. YouTube, free groups, Beachbody coaches. You can also do the same thing for Pinterest. So that's pretty much like what, why, and how we invite, sort of the emotional, mental side behind it. And then just really the last thing, guys, as far as like how a conversation flows to the point that you get to inviting. I hear often that I don't really know when to invite. And the thing is that I can't pinpoint it in every single conversation because every conversation is unique to itself. Now, say that a conversation is the ideal conversation. You add somebody as a friend on Facebook. They accept it. A couple days later, you reach out and you privately send them a message that says, hey, girlfriend, thanks so much for connecting with me the other day. I'm so excited to have your energy on my feed. Totally feel like you and I have a ton in common. So I can't wait to see more of your posts. Hope you're having a great day and talk soon. Super simple. And say that she is just as amazing and she messages you back and she says something like, oh my gosh, this was so nice. Thank you. I'm so excited to meet you too. Love your post. Enjoy your day. Okay, so what I would do is over time, I would simply ask her a few questions, whether it was right then and there or throughout that week. Are you in school or are you working now? Okay, because I recently graduated from college and now I'm working, so I have something in common with there. You know, where is she from? Is she from my hometown? Is she from some place that I previously lived? What do we have in common there? What does she do in her free time? Do I notice anything on her page that we have in common? I'm going to talk about that. All right. And then I'm basically just going to listen for what it is that she's needing in her life, or what it is that I can provide for her. So if I'm posting consistently, I'm staying in touch with her, and in a pretty close time span too. Now, some people aren't going to respond, right? So those are different situations, but more or less, if they do, the conversation should be pretty much finished in about 5 to 7 days. And then from there, you start to just talk to them about what you do, or they mention what you're doing. The first thing, once you invite them and you say something along the lines of, girl, it's been awesome talking with you, and I think that you are totally my kind of person. I have no idea if it's your thing, but I think that you would kick ass on my virtual gym opening at the end of the month. I'd love to share more details with you, and even a quick little video that explains how all of this is laid out. I promise not to take up much of your time, but if you have a couple minutes this week, would you be open to chat more about your goals and joining along with us? So simple. Okay, from there, if they say that they're interested, you simply are going to ask them what their goals are, nutrition-wise, fitness-wise. You don't need to be a fitness professional, but just basically asking them so that you can say, oh my gosh, girl, I'm right there with you. Like, I don't know what I'm doing with meal planning, but why don't we figure this out together? Why don't we meal plan virtually together through a Zoom or a FaceTime thing? Or, I'll find something here and you find something there and we can swap recipes, whatever it might be. But the coolest thing is that as a coach, you have all of these resources to run a group right on Beachbody, as well as on Pinterest, guys. There's like a million things out there. Not to mention, you can always come to me. I have posts and whatnot all made out for a 30-day group, so you don't have to scramble around and try to make your own. Your goal is simply to just see where you two relate, where you struggle the same, where you excel in the same, and how you can help each other rock one of the fitness programs, stick to Shakeology, and crush your goals. Okay, so that is a personal invite. Now, on top of that, you want to follow up with them. So if you don't hear back from them, you want to stay in touch and check in about 2 to 3 days later. But beyond that, because I will get into follow-ups and tracking people in another video, you can invite by doing your stories, okay? So through my stories, I will try to do this 3 to 4 times a week. So this is your Instagram stories. You can do this in a series of ways. Either you can show yourself doing some of the workouts from your program, okay? You can actually press and hold the handheld on the story option. If you press and hold that, it will count down so you can step back and kind of prepare yourself to do the move so that you're not caught halfway through the video getting into position. Show some of your workout, share what program you're doing, and that you're looking for 5 of your new best friends to do this with you, okay? Or you can share your meal plan and share a screenshot of your Facebook group and have a cute little title like Fall into Fitness or Fit Before the Feast or whatever it might be, all right? And show them how this is going to be set up on, Facebook. You can even go a step further and write out a list. I know that our coach, Ashley Dyer, has done this, and I'll just briefly show you an example of one for the Boss Free Life group. But you can put in like Fit for Fall or next virtual gym, and you can write down numbers and put the spaces there. Take a picture of this and post this to your stories and say, I'm looking for my next 4 girls to join me, etc. All right, so you can put all that there. You can do little text and stuff. I definitely encourage you to put in your location. I've had a couple people reach out to me that way, so that's been a huge help as well. And then the last thing, guys, just posting publicly. The best way to share a call to action about either a fitness group or the coaching opportunity is sharing your story, okay? So I encourage you eventually to consider going live once a week to share your story. It doesn't have to be a long live video, but something between 5 and 10 minutes where you are sharing your 4-part story. YouTube this, 4-part story, Beachbody Coach, and share your story. All right, you can also share pain points. So for me personally, my eating disorder, depression and anxiety, feeling like I was alone and not a part of a community, whatever it might be like that. And that way I'm relating to their why. Remember I said you have to have a reason why you're running this group and why you're inviting them? Well, it could be that this time of the year, I always tend to fall off track. I get so overwhelmed with the holidays and all of this food, and it can just be really daunting to feel like I'm trying to sneak away and not eat everything because my mean girl starts to pop into my head. I'm relating to them on that emotional level, that why. And then how am I inviting them? Through my posts, through stories, and then through private messenger. Okay, so I hope that this helps. Please ask questions. Again, that was just the flow of an invite, my top tips and tricks behind it, best ways to post about that, and then just giving you some examples as far as all that goes. All right, love you all. Bye.